Christmas time is just around the corner, which means it's also time to slightly panic because you don't have all your gifts yet. If only there was a way to easily collect gift ideas and then match them to people based on their interest. Well, you're in luck. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to build a smart Christmas gift list in Notion, how to easily connect people and gifts based on their interest, and a super cool Notion feature to make all of it come together. It's a step-by-step walkthrough, so we're building the whole thing from scratch in just a few minutes. This is how the end result will look like. So let's make sure you have the perfect Christmas gift this year, or at least for next year, that you're well prepared, and jump right in. Alright, let's start by building the backend for our smart Christmas list in Notion, so the different databases that we need to power it. Now, later these databases will live as their own one-page or full-page databases, but during the setup process what I like to do is to have them all on one page just below each other as inline databases, because that way we can quickly jump between them. So let's go into our page, type /database, and then we create the first one. And this will be the people that we want to track and that we want to gift. Then we want to have a second database, and this database will be the gift ideas. So where we can, throughout the year add all the things that we come across and think, oh, this is something cool, this is something that I, would like to give to someone. And then last but not least, we need that third database, the thing that powers this smart list to automatically match, gifts and people based on their interests. So in this case, let's type / again and call this interests. And then we already have our basic setup with the 3 databases that we need. Now let's connect our databases. We want to connect both people and gift ideas to interests, right? So we have people that have certain interests and we have gift ideas that fit for certain interests. So we will go in and first I will remove these default properties so that we have clean databases to work with. And then I will create the corresponding relations. So we click on plus, we look for the relation property, and we will connect people to our interests, and we want to show it on both sides. And then we also want to go into gift ideas, and as here as well, create a relation and connect it to the interests and show on both sides. Now, if we wanted to, we could also quickly swap out the emojis to make this fit a bit better, visually. So we can say, okay, well, for people, we definitely want the person property, and for the gift ideas, we want a gift. And then for interests, we can see what icon would fit for that. Maybe we can take just the globe, add this a light bulb to indicate what they might be interested in. Just to add a little bit of visual interest to our database later. Now what we have is the simple setup where we can say, right, so we have our person A, and we have idea 1, and we have idea 2, and we have interest 1 and interest 2, and we can already start tracking things, right? So we could say, okay, person A has interest 1, and then we have our gift idea, and gift idea 1 is a good thing for interest 1, same for idea 2, right? So both of these would be great if you're interested in one. And we can see it already fills it out and populates it. Now we want to build a dashboard where we can see for each individual person all the perfect gifts based on their interest. In order to do so, we need to use a little workaround for so-called global tags. Now, if you've never heard of global tags before and you want to learn in depth, what that method is about and how exactly it works, and I've linked to it in the description, but here I'll just walk you through the actual application of it. So what we will do is we will go on gift ideas, and then we create a new property here, and this will be a roll-up. And this roll-up, we will call it interested people. And then we want to set it up to look at the relation to interests. And from interests, we want to grab the people and we want to show the original. Now, again, if you've never worked with rollups and are a bit confused by that, I also link down below to my complete Notion course. And in that, I will talk about that in more details. But basically what it does is it allows us to go through a relation, right? So idea 1 is connected to interest 1. And with the rollup, we go now to interest 1 and say, okay, on interest 1, please figure out what's in the people property. So if we go now also, if we had a person B and that person B is interested in, let's say, has the interest number 2, and we have, idea number 3, and we say, okay, this is number 2, you see this one pulls in person B. And if we have another one, right, and there are both of them, it would pull in both people. Now, what this allows us to do is now to go back to our people database and set up a template. And this template can now show all the gifts that would be perfect for that person, even though we never connected that person to a gift, right? We only have connected that person to an interest. So I go in here and say, okay, new template. Let's call this the new person. Let's add a quick icon. Let's add the individual person. And then let's go in here and say, like, we want to have an H1, you know, great gift ideas, quick divider. And then we create a linked database and we want to link to gift ideas. We can take the table view. And now in here, let's hide first the database title, look, you know, create a cleaner look. And now let's set up a filter, an advanced filter. And we want to say, well, wherever the interested people, any of them contains, and then new person. And this will now dynamically filter. So whenever we apply this template to a person, it will automatically, you know, swap out new person for whatever person it is. So it shows us basically all the gifts that this person would be interested in. So we can click out of this, and then we can click into person A and just quickly apply the template to see it working. So we say, okay, new person, please. And now we see it will pull in the great gift ideas, and we see, well, idea 1 and idea 2 would be great based on that interest of that person. Now, just to show you like in practice how it works, if we now said, well, the person is not just interested in, you know, 1, it also is interested in 2. If we add that thing as well, then you see, now we also see idea 3 here. And we can quickly just like update our template a little bit. So in case they have like a lot of interests, we have more visual overview. So what we can do is we can say, please group this by interest. So we will go in here, click on the 3 dots and say, oops, won't it let me scroll? Here, we want to group, and we want to group this by interest and hide empty groups. So now, if we apply this template, we can go in here and we can reapply it. In order to reapply a template, you want to delete everything that's in the body, and then you can get the option again. So now we can click on here, and we'll pull up our new version. And here now you see, well, we have it now, all the ideas filtered down or like shown, broken down by the interest for that specific person. Last but not least, let's create a second dashboard on the interest database so that when you click on an interest, we see at one glance all the gift ideas for that interest and all the people that might be interested in it. This one is a bit easier, so we can just go directly in here and say new template. We can call it new, we are in interest, yeah, so new interest, and we add as the icon our light bulb, and then we can open this as a full page, and then we can like create 2 columns here. And in one column, we can call this gift ideas. And in the other column, we can call this interested people. And then below each of them, we can create corresponding databases. So here, we will pull in the gift ideas. And we'll say, okay, new empty view. We want this as a list so that it's clean and minimal. We don't want to see the database title. We can click on OK. And then we want to set up a filter. And here we say again, like, with an advanced filter, please only show this if interest contains new interest, right? Again, self-referencing filter so that whenever you apply this template, it will automatically update for this one. And then we do the same over here, just for people. So again, create linked view of database. Please take people, new empty view, list, no database title. And then again here, our filter so that it only shows the people that have this specific interest. Okay, that's it, clean and minimal. And now we can go back to our smart Christmas list tracker. And if we were now to apply this template to interest 1, we see at a glance that we have now here this overview, right? So our gift ideas for interest 1 are idea 1 and idea 2, and the person that would be interested is person A. So with that, our backend for this super simple tracker is done. Now you could of course expand this, right, with whatever other information it is that you want to track. If you, for example, want to track on the gift ideas, right, the cost or where you'd find it, right, you can just add these additional properties, but that really depends on your specific use case. These are all the elements that you need for like this smart matching system. You can just say, well, okay, person A is interested in this, please show me the relevant gifts that I have. All right, so all that's left is now to reorganize this slightly nicer so that we have less of a cluttered view. And in order to do that, what I usually like to do is turn them all into individual pages, all databases. So we can click on the 6 dots next to the page database and then say turn into page. That way also, if you haven't set an icon, you can then just quickly click on here to change the icon. And then what I like to do is hide them in a toggle called backend. And that way we have all the original databases out of the way so that we don't accidentally delete them. And then we can just create different views here depending on what we want to see. So let's start at the very top with people, right? So let's create a heading, people, and then a divider, and then linked view of a database, pull in our people, and create just a very minimal clean list view. Again, if you have like also image, right, and want to show like the image of the different people, you could do a gallery, but we don't have it, so let's do a list for now, and then just say, okay, please sort them by the latest person. To do so, we need actually a created by, a created time property. I already did that off screen, so if you need to do it yourself, you can click on new property, and then you just can look for created time, and that way you can then apply a sort and say, well, show me the person that I added last, right? So if you do descending, it then shows you the newest person always on top. And then we don't want to really see the created time, but we might want to see the interests of the people, right? For like some visually interesting look here. And then second, what we want to do is we want to also show on the front page our gift ideas, quick divider, and then here as well, again, create linked view of database. Here have our gift ideas. Again, just a simple, clean and minimal list view. Now for the gift ideas, what we could do is we could sort them instead of by newest, by the one that has the most people interested in them. And in order to do so, we can create quickly a new property and count the number of people interested. So for that, we need a formula, but don't worry, that one will be super simple. We can call this number of interested people. And all we need to do is go in here and look for the interested people and then type dot and then length. And that will count the number of people interested in a specific idea. So the idea 3, right, we have 2 people interested in this one. Is that actually correct? Let's check in our backend quickly. So let's say gift ideas. Do we have 2 people interested in idea 3? Yes, that is correct. Perfect. So our formula works. We can show it here, or we can also hide it, right? So let's also make this the same and hide it here, but just show the interests that these gifts are fit for. And then create a sort and say, well, sorted by number of interested people. Again, with the one with the most interest at the top, so we see our most relevant gifts. One thing that we forgot to set up, right, if you also want to have like all these nice icons here, we could just like create a quick new template and say new gift, and then like pick the box icon and then like set this as the default. So click in here and say, click in here and say this should be the default template. So now whenever we create a new entry, it will automatically have that icon. Perfect. So now we have our very clean views of the 2 things here. And then the very last thing that we could do is at the very top is we could create 2 buttons to quickly add new things, right? So we could create one button that we can call add new person. So we pick the person thing, say, add new person. And when this button is clicked, what we want to do is we want to add a page. So we want to add a page to our people database. And here you see we can also again like set the template. So it should always apply with the new person template. And that's the main thing that we want to edit here, right? We don't want to edit any other property, but afterwards we want to open that page so we can edit it, right? So we add a second step and we say for select page, please get new page added and open it in SidePeek. That's just like what I prefer. So we see now, if we click this button, we get a new person here and we open it here on the side and we can fill them out and add their interests. Perfect. And then just quickly doing the same on the other side for the gift idea. So we can just cheat a bit and duplicate this button and drag it over here in the other column and then click on the setup and set on add new person. This will be add new gift. And here we want to add a page not to people anymore, but to gift ideas as a new gift. And again, we want to open this in the side view. So here, if I click now on this, we see, well, okay, we have a new gift right down here. Perfect. Now, that's everything for our very small, smart Christmas list in Notion. If you don't want to build this yourself, remember, I have the link for the template in the description. And other than that, I hope that this quick walkthrough showed you one super cool application for global tags and how you can use these 3 databases to show the perfect gifts for the perfect person. Now, let's help you find the perfect gift with the help of Notion. As mentioned before, the underlying concept of the smart Christmas gift tracker is something called global tags, and it's a super powerful way to organize your Notion workspace. Now that you saw our first application, it's time to understand everything about it and how you can use it to build really, really great Notion workspaces. Just click here and I'll see you in a second.